Hey everyone, welcome to Friday Night Live number 216 with my co-host Bridget. This was originally supposed to be Sit and Spin number 21, I think, with Katie and Bridget, but Katie is spending time with her family. She might be here in the chat with us. And so I decided against doing a Sit and Spin this month since I won't be spinning, and I don't know if Bridget was, and Katie's not going to be here spinning. So we're just going to have a normal Friday Night Live chit chat, have fun. And so if you're watching the replay, welcome. Leave us a comment in the comment section, hit the like button. If you're here with us currently live, leave us a comment in the chat and hit the like button as well. Poor Yarn Barf's over there falling asleep, she says. Okay, we have Angela Wright, and she says she's not feeling well. Sorry to hear that, sweetie. We have Natalie, and I cannot pronounce your last name, and I apologize. She says, hi from Saturday morning in South Australia. Welcome in, Noelle. And Christy Yarnbarf has been a member for 23 months. Thank you so much. She says, giveaway on my channel. So she's got a giveaway going on. And then Yarnbarf did a super. Thank you so much. I already wrote you down. And we have Sandy Dandy. Excuse me. Welcome in, Sandy. And Sally, welcome in, Sally, and Joe, which is Agape. My chat jumped. There you are. Agape Love Crochet, welcome in. Jennifer Redgate, Margie, AeroLuvrr, Kim's Craft Shack Shop, and that's all we have so far. So welcome in, everybody.
It's welcome in. Hello.
Got a hangnail that is driving me insane.
Well, I haven't been doing much of spinning or crocheting, but I have been doing a lot of painting.
Oh, cool.
I painted my hands, painted my laptop, you know.
Yeah, that big jumbo yarn I made.
But I have a good start on it. I haven't finished the prize house yet completely, but I have a good start on it. And then I did this.
That's cool.
These are all, what I'm going to show are all just wooden cutouts from the Dollar Tree. So they cost me like $1.25. And I'm going to add them to my something, or it's going to be prizes for the prize house. Since some of the prizes are something handmade by me. But then I know some of our people will like this little guy.
Aw.
And I made him a little girlfriend.
Aw.
And then I was feeling a bit witchy. But I even did like flames on the cauldron. And I gave her some pretty pink lips. I even made the skin tone color myself, and I made her dress tone as well by mixing some of my own colors. Because I don't have all the colors available, so I make the colors I need.
Yeah, that's always handy.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I have painted in the past, you know, decorated a few things like that. So it is fun, and it's different, you know, than like crocheting or knitting, or, you know, it's a different kind of craft. You know, I think it's fun.
I find it quite relaxing. And, you know, I've never been good at like canvas painting. Like I can do a drawing and then grid it out and put it on a wall and paint it that way. But like to freehand a painting.
Yeah.
Painting details on things I can do.
Yeah.
You know,
here.
If you give me a base, I can build from that. But without the base, I'm kind of, where do I go from here?
Yeah, painting on a canvas, I can't do either. I'm not like an expert at drawing, but I can draw, and then like as long as I'm using pencil, I can kind of freehand, and if I don't like the shape, erase and retry, and
Right.
I mean, but freehand painting, no.
Yeah, usually to either draw or do poetry, I have to be kind of like in a really sad, depressive state or a very angry state. I have to be in like a really dark place for something really beautiful to come out of me in that way.
Yeah.
So I don't do that kind of stuff very often because I try not to let myself get into that dark place, you know?
Welcome in, pescatarian gardener.
Miss Terry Crafty 333 is in the house.
Yes, welcome in, Terry. I was trying to remember pescatarian's name, and it's on the tip of my tongue, and I know it.
Not a clue. Sorry, can't
No.
help. I really, really tried, but then, I think I have a handle on people, and then YouTube switches things up from showing their names to their @ symbols, and it throws me all off because then I second guess myself, and when I start second guessing myself, then I start, doing it for everybody, and it's just a problem.
Yeah. I used to have a cheat sheet a couple of years ago, and then, I started remembering people's names, and her name is Quintella. Thank you.
Well,
I knew that, and it was like, it's in there, but I couldn't get it out of the file cabinet for some reason. It did not want to be found, but I knew your name. I've gotten it before, and I apologize for that. It's been a very long day. I mean, we have been busy the last Wednesday and Thursday. We went through a whole bunch of totes, gathering up stuff for the nursing home where my aunt is to donate for Christmas, their party. But like shampoo, conditioner, body wash, lotion, craft stuff, blankets, throw pillows, all that kind of stuff. We save up and do sales all year long to be able to donate. And it was 2 carloads. One we took yesterday and one we took today. And then we actually helped set it up today. So
that's so awesome.
Welcome in RoseannAlexander and DenyseLee. No need to apologize. Thank you.
Last weekend, we did a charity drive for our veterans. And the weekend before that, we did a charity drive. We didn't actually go on the ride that was available just because the cops that direct that ride have a bad rep for leaving the intersections before all the bikes go through, and it makes for a very dangerous situation when you've got that many bikes out on the road. So we just donated and went on our own excursion. But for the military one last weekend, we went on that ride. That was really cool. We had probably about 5,000 bikes out there.
I remember last month you were talking about that y'all were looking forward to the ride.
It was a lot of fun. Some of it got canceled, due to an unfortunate incident that happened at the VA hospital that morning. So we were supposed to have like a free lunch and everything set up at the end of the ride, but because of that incident, we weren't allowed to go onto the VA hospital campus. So all that had to be canceled, but we got the important part done. We got to donate to our vets, which, is near and dear to my heart. I have family that serves, so we try to do as much as we can for our veterans. Yeah. I've been we've building up my arm muscle. On the motorcycle rides, I usually end up holding a flag, either one of our state flags or one of our military flags. And I tell you what, you got to be strong to hold that flag while you're going down the road and the wind is pushing on it. Whew. Girl, I thought it was going to take me off the bike last weekend. It was blowing.
Welcome in, Michelle Plays Hooky. She says, I've been lurking, but I'm cooking. All righty. What you cooking?
I made taco crunch wraps for dinner tonight, which is essentially like a taco with some chips in the inside to make it crunchy.
Oh, cool.
But they're yummy. Oh, Swedish meatballs. That is one of my very favorite meals.
Yeah. DenyseLee says, thank you, Bridget, from a vet. It is all appreciated.
Thank you, Denise, for what you have done. Seriously. Our veterans are so important to us, and I wish we did more for that, or wish we could do more for them all year round, not just during the holidays, you know? But I got to try out my new Dickie that I crocheted myself, so that was nice. I stayed nice and warm with that fur yarn. I made a cowl with a straight piece in the front and a straight piece in the back, so it went down my motorcycle jacket, and it was so warm and so cushy underneath my helmet that while we were going down the road, my visor was getting steamed up from my breath. So every time we came to a stop, I had to pop my visor so I could let some cold air in so I could see.
Ask for what? Oh, that's awesome. Anyone ask for one?
I'm not sure.
I don't know either. Oh, one of your
Oh, yeah. No. They all wondered where I got it, but no one actually came out and asked me for one. Most of the ladies that are in our group are also crafty. However, they don't yarn craft. A lot of them do ceramics and paper crafts, which is like two crafts that I don't do. Like out of all the crafts that I do.
We used to have some neighbors that would do ceramics. They had like 3 or 4 kilns that they would put them in, and then they would make stuff all year long and then go and sell it at the Renaissance Festival.
Yeah, a lot of these ladies do craft fairs and stuff. They all do it together, I think. They do like craft nights together, but like I said, I don't do ceramics, so.
Yeah, could be.
Very well could be, especially being that most of our writers are older than the King and I. Most of the people in the group that we joined are retirees. You know, so, but they're really nice people. And, you know, like I said, like I told the King, I don't really care how old they are. I just wanted people to ride with, you know, that had ideas of places to go and things to see. And, well, if that's what they do, you know, now in their life is they go see places and do things, well, then they probably know some pretty good places to go and see, you know? Besides that, we can learn so much from the generations before that came before us, you know? If you just take the time to listen. So it's a good opportunity.
So how has everybody's day been? What have y'all been up to? Are y'all working on anything? Hi, Diana Crane. Welcome in. And Summer, welcome in. Yeah. You paint, so you could paint the ceramics.
That's very true. We have one lady in the group. She doesn't anymore, but she did back in the day. She actually threw pottery. Now that I would definitely be interested in learning how to do. How to make pots and bowls, and oh, that would be so awesome.
Well, Jennifer retracted her message. Starting to read it and then she deleted it. Quintella started an embroidery project. And we'll post a video on it once it's complete. Cool.
Nice. Embroidery is very, very pretty. I just wish it didn't take so much time.
Yeah, I don't have the patience for cross stitch or embroidery.
I do cross stitch. I've not actually dove into more embroidery than like doing some eyes on an amigurumi project or something like that. That's my limit to embroidery. It's very pretty. I love seeing other people's work, but again, probably not one of those that's my strong suit.
Sally says, I finished my moo cow that Michi had for a crochet along, and I sent that to my grandson for Christmas. Oh. Noelle says, I'm at my son's basketball game, sitting by the hoop, trying not to get nailed by a ball during warm ups. That would really hurt if you got hit on the head. So, yes, stay out of the way. Oh. Let's see. Thank y'all very much. I will get to those. I want to read these other comments real quick. Cecilia says working on dog sweaters for grand dogs. Oh, Jennifer Redgate redid her comment, said I used to ride as well with a club and had a lot of fun, met a lot of cool people, saw a lot of things. I made a okay. Made a message with like I think she's doing text to speech type thing is why I removed my message. Listen with spelling. Okay. It's all right. We would have gotten what you meant anyway. Diana Crane says going to see Christmas lights with a friend. Oh, that's always fun. Sally says not sure what I'm going to do next. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll find something to do. Thank you so much, Joe Agape. Love crochet. She says, Merry Christmas, Crystal, Patricia, Bridget, and everyone in the chat. Oh, thank you so much, sweetie.
And Jay, blue-eyed lady, says she popped in for a second to leave her thumb, but she's at work. Don't know how long she can stay.
Hi, Jill. Thank you so much for coming in. Merry Christmas if I don't see you before then. All right, so that is 2024. 24 tickets just for you, Agape.
Woohoo!
And then Kendra, she says, oh, my chat just jumped. TGIF, have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much, Kendra. I hope you have a good weekend too. Welcome in, Mama Gwen. And then Jennifer says, autocorrect getting in my way.
Yeah, Auto Cucumber does that stuff to me all the time too.
Welcome in, Mandy Longvine. I already have you marked off on my list. I just was double checking. Summer says, it's not as difficult as it may seem to spin pottery or even hand build. The important part is working the clay to remove air pockets and get smooth, consistent ball to work with. Yeah. I can understand that. I've never worked on a wheel, but I did see the same people that had done the pottery, the ceramics. He had a pottery wheel. I never saw him use it, but he had used it. You know what I mean? I never got to see him do it in action, and my light just dimmed and changed color on me. Now I look even dimmer than before. I might have to just go turn the overhead light on because something's going on with this ring light. Thank you so much, DenyseLee, for gifting the membership.
Equipment goes out on us.
Yeah, I have two ring lights. The bigger one that has the tripod built in, that one has started messing up to where it won't either, like when I plug it into the USB slot, it either does not connect and I can't get it to come on, or I have to pull the little USB part out to where it's barely hanging in to even come on. And then half the time it's not working. So I don't know. And now this one, I think the cord has kind of went kaput. It's like you can wiggle it and it will go off or change color. There's 3 light modes, but I don't know. It's really weird. I had both of them start messing up about the same time. And let's see, Laura's Block Ministries got the gifted membership. Thank you so much, DenyseLee, for gifting out that membership. Let's see, Sally says it's my son's 42nd birthday today. Well, happy birthday to your son. The day he was born was a record-setting cold. Oh, wow. Welcome in, Marie Simpson.
My birthday's in the beginning of next month.
I know you've told me the date, the 11th.
Yep.
I can't remember. I mean, I can't believe I remember that.
Yep. I'm gonna be 45 this year. Look at me go.
Oh, that means I'll be 40 in June.
That means my mom will be 60 this year.
Oh, wow. I think I said hello and
just
welcome,
turned 60, I should say.
Jennifer Redgate is making a few things: a poncho, a sweater, a scarf, sweater scarf, and a scarf. I hope you guys have a great holiday. I hope you do too. Aw, thank you so much again, DenyseLee. Merry Christmas and happy Advent season. She says Merry Christmas to you as well, Denise.
Yeah, Jennifer, I'm chasing you down. I'm gonna catch you soon.
No lighting problems on my end. Well, to me, it looks a little dark. It looks like I'm sitting in candlelight almost to me, at least on my screen.
It's a little more dim than normally is, but nothing that causes a problem for actually seeing you.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Joe. That's sweet. And thank you so much, Sally.
I honestly didn't think I was going to see 30, so to see 45 is pretty amazing.
Yeah. Kendra said I made 2 hats and a pair of fingerless gloves this week. Cool. That's cool.
She's got me beat. Blowing out the water.
Well, I think I might have 2 more rows on the poncho I'm doing. And then these are hurting my ears for some reason. But I think last week when I showed the big yarn, that bulky yarn, that company sent me, I ended up ripping out what I actually showed that I crocheted out of it, and I made Canella a little rug to go in her cage under her bed, just under her bed, to help insulate so none of the cold from the concrete comes in. And then I also made out of that yarn a kind of like cover almost, not really a cover. It's more like a cushion in a way, but without, like stuffing in it.
Right.
But it goes across the seat and then up the back, and then it ties to the chair. And she has been sitting in that for a lot of the time since it's been there last week. She'll curl up and before she actually curls up and goes to sleep on it, it's so cute. She'll make biscuit and nuzzle at the fuzzy yarn. It is so adorable.
I have found that all 3 of my girls, the dogs and the cat included, absolutely love stuff made out of yarn. Every time I make something new in this house, they claim it.
Aww.
Everything I make. It's like they think, "Ooh, that's yarn. It's for me."
I think that's what she thought too. The cushion, I say I call it a cushion, but it's not really a cushion. It's more of like a chair liner that's softer because the bottom is just mesh and it gets
Right.
kind of hard. So that's why I call it a cushion. But it also is so thick that if I'm sitting out there holding her in my lap or something and it's cold, it keeps my hind end and my back warm while I'm sitting there.
Right.
But she likes to sit on it more. Like I'll go to sit down and she jumps in the chair. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm not sitting down. Welcome in, MimiTammy. And Sandy had said that she had just stopped in, just popped in to say hi, back to work, enjoy your day. Thank you so much, Sandy. I hope you have a good evening. Noelle says, going into lurking and listening mode, gotta look like I'm watching my son's game, even though I hate basketball. Don't tell her. I won't say anything. My lips are sealed.
That's kind of how I felt about basketball until I watched Steph Curry play. And he has so much fun playing basketball that it makes it fun to watch basketball. Like he's just, his expressions on his face are always like he just having the time of his life out there. And it just made it fun to watch him.
Yeah. Jennifer says, I didn't think I was going to make 50, but here I am.
And Katie's got her sound off because she's with her family, but
well, thank you so much, Katie, and thank you so much, MimiTammy. Make sure it actually, and then it jumps on me. Okay.
Yeah, the king told me because he worked over 50 hours this week, and
Wow.
the next couple weeks are going to be even more because they got the plant shut down for a couple days. But now that he's in maintenance, he has to be there for the shutdown days, and they're going to be putting in at least 12-hour days while they're working on machines. So he said, you got to do the grocery shopping this week by yourself. Well, that's no fun. It's really hard to get, find all the groceries in the store, keep track of the list to make sure that you got everything on the list, and make sure that you don't go over budget.
Yeah.
So trying to keep a calculated total of what you're spending, plus marking the. I said I can't do all three. I said I can't pick up the groceries and keep track of the spending and keep track of the list. So I picked up the groceries and kept track of the spending. If I forgot something, you'll have to go back and get it. Just, oh my goodness. And I'm so thankful that most of the time he goes with me, because man, does that make it so much easier to be in the store, to have someone there with me that I know, and I can just run off and grab that thing and come right back, and run off and grab that thing and come right back. Because that's usually, he pushes the buggy and I'm running all over the store like a crazy person. Oh yeah, we forgot this thing. It's awful.
Yeah, that's kind of what my mom did today. She had forgot, what was it? She was going to get some chocolate sugar-free pudding. And they were in line behind me and my grandmother. And we only had the very small baskets that you push, tiny ones. And we went to the 15 items or less checkout. And she goes, "Oh, I forgot the pudding. I'll be right back." And Trey, my brother, is standing there with the cart behind us, and he's fixing, he's just watching it. And we're almost done checking out. And I see her come back, and she goes, "Come on, I can't find it." And I'm like, "Well, I thought you went to go get it." She goes, "Well, I can't find it, so we're getting out of line." And then, so I don't know. But yeah, she forgot that.
I was in line. The cashier was almost done with my buggy. And I went, "Don't stop doing what you're doing. I promise I'll be right back." And I flew on the line. There was no one behind me, thankfully. And
Yeah.
I got back before she finished the buggy. I had forgot the lettuce. How am I going to make tacos without lettuce?
Exactly.
I forgot the refried beans too, but luckily I picked up pinto beans, so I just made some refried beans,
Yeah, that'd work too.
Because I had bought pinto beans so I could make chili.
Yeah.
And I like pinto and kidney beans in my chili. I got a cute little turtle going on.
Aw. Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Spinning, at least.
It's my Turkish. I spun this fiber into a yarn, but while I was spinning it, one of the bird's nests that I make, or donuts, or however you want to call it, disappeared, and I didn't realize it. And I finished the yarn, and then I found the fiber. I'm like, well, drop spindle.
Yeah.
I really like this one for when we're going off places. What kind of tacos do newlyweds like? Let us alone. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, we always used to say a honeymoon salad, let us alone. And the king beat me home today. So he was working on the motorcycle when I got home. Yeah, he has to do some wiring since we have the camper now. He had to wire up a hookup thing, so we have lights and stuff on the camper, make it 100% legal.
Oh yeah.
And we already put the hitch on it, so
I don't think so.
we're good to go. As soon as the spring comes, we're going camping.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. We're gonna hopefully hit the Black Hills and do some riding up in North Carolina and Tennessee, go through the mountains. Eventually I want to make it out to the Grand Canyon. That's my big. I want to get there. And I want to see it's called Devil's Tower. The great big rock formation that's out in the middle of nowhere, like flat desert, and then all of a sudden there's a great big rock formation that shoots up into the sky.
I guess I'm not familiar with
I don't remember what state it's in, but it is some of the Native American tribes actually worship that tower.
Welcome in Wanda and Karen JSP. Yes. When I said Wanda, she goes, my grandmother turned around, she goes, mystery bags. So she was wondering if that was the person she was thinking of. Yes, it is.
Yep.
I had mystery bags a long time ago.
My son is going bike camping in Oklahoma. He is excited. I'm wondering why. Hiking/biking and camping overnight with a group of friends.
Sounds like a blast. Only thing that could make that any better is doing some fishing along with it.
Yeah.
But I'm a strange girl. I've always liked all that outdoor stuff, you know.
Okay.
A lot of the wives in our group, that when their hubbies go camping or on longer trips, they don't go because they'd rather not. And me, I'm like, shoot, when we going?
Wanda says hello. Hello, sweet Miss Momo.
Sweet Miss Momo is sweet wiped out.
Sweet Miss Momo is sweet wiped out, she said.
It's been a rough week.
It has. It's been a really rough week. We've probably done something, what, every single day? Yeah. Maybe not Monday. I don't think we did anything Monday, actually. But ever since Tuesday, we've been going and doing stuff. Somebody said, be careful. Karen JSP, Devil's Tail, curvy North Carolina mountain road.
Yeah, that's I believe it's called the Tail of the Dragon is what I know it as, but they might call it Devil's Tail too. And yeah, it can be very dangerous, not only because of the curves, but because of people that are inexperienced on taking curves and driving those kind of roads. Luckily, the King is very good on the back of the bike. So, and shameless plug, just in case you don't want it to be a mystery, I do have some yarn available on my community tab, and I also have bags and fabric available if anybody needs anything made up. And I can't no longer guarantee it'll be there by Christmas, but I could get it there by New Year's for sure. Just because, you know, this time of year the post is slow.
Yes. That is true.
So I sent something out last week. Now, granted, it was only going to North Carolina. I sent 3 packages the same day. I had 2 going out USPS or UPS and 1 going out USPS. And one of them that went out UPS literally was delivered the next day. By the time I had a chance to text her and say, hey, your package is on the way, she texted me back saying, no, it's already gotten here. I'm like,
It's there.
wow, I must have dropped it off at the UPS place like 30 seconds before the UPS driver came and picked it up because holy buckets. Yeah.
MimiTammy says, blast Bridget. I'm too old to go now. I used to go camping and fishing and loved it years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely love it.
And I actually just looked up the Devil's Tower. I do recognize it. I just guess I didn't know the name. And DenyseLee says Devil's Tower was in Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah. Yeah, they used it in a movie, which is actually what made a lot of people aware that it existed. Not crochet.
MimiTammy says hello. She says, hey, MimiTammy.
Oh, not so naughty crochet. That's what that says.
Careful when cars don't stay in lane on. Oh, talking about cars staying in their own lane. Today we were going into town and there is this idiot driving in the middle of the road going like 10 miles, 15 miles an hour, taking a turn at a light. And everybody kept going around it. And I mean, it would stop at the light. And then next thing you know, when it's taken off, it's in the middle of the two lanes. And it finally got in its lane, and it's a Lincoln, big SUV. And me and my mom go around it, and it's this elderly lady, poor thing. She's sitting at the wheel like this, leaning forward.
Because she can't see him, almost
exactly.
guaranteed.
And I just felt so bad for it. I'm like, if you got enough money to have a Lincoln, you need to have a chauffeur.
Right.
Poor thing. I just hope she got to where she needed to go.
Situations like that is why the king and I threw a fit about his sister, who's got power of attorney and all that kind of stuff, not taking the keys away from my father-in-law because the doctors have told him you can't drive no more. And she just keeps saying, well, they're his cars, they're his keys, what am I supposed to do? If you know he's a danger to himself and others, you just say, no, you can't have them. I love you enough to tell you no.
Yeah.
You know, you're not trying to hurt somebody if you're doing something that's going to help them, you know.
Welcome in Dawn Laval, KimG, 8 Smiley Lady.
So many wonderful peoples in one place.
Yep. Bunch of lovely people here tonight. I got coffee on my notebook.
Oh, no, don't do that. That's coffee abuse.
Yeah, I know. But luckily there was nothing written on this side, so it didn't like bleed, and it didn't bleed on the other side. So.
Hello, Miss Lisa.
Well, hello, Lisa Gillette. Welcome in. She needs to grow a pair and take away the keys before he kills someone.
Precisely. Yeah, when you're dealing with the elderly loved one like that, and they're dealing with dementia and Alzheimer's and stuff like that, you're not being mean to do stuff that they don't like. You're being loving. Is the way I look at it.
Safety and other safety.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Momo's like, tell them about the blue truck with the lights that we were behind, and all I'm thinking is truck with flashing lights. I'm like, oh yeah, we were in line at a restaurant in the drive-thru, And we're looking at this truck and it's got tape all over it everywhere, like blue pieces of tape. And as we get closer to it and pull up behind it, it's got Christmas lights taped every single spot on the vehicle. Top, bottom, sides, the back, the top of the hood. I mean, I'm just like, you think that'd be illegal? Every space, say there's lights right here, you know, like light, light, and light. There's tape in between each light. And I'm like, but she goes, ain't that going to ruin their tape? I go, paint. And I go, it looks like blue painter's tape. So it should peel off easy without ruining the paint. But it was interesting to see. Now, I'd like to see that lit up. But I would think that would be somewhat illegal, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we some of the bikes were done that way last weekend. They were all decked out. They didn't use a bunch of tape though, but they had them done up where you couldn't even see where the lights connected.
Yeah.
We had
Well, this
Santa
was
Claus
actual
riding with
Christmas
us,
lights
and
taped to the truck. I mean, like lights you would put on a Christmas tree. It taped to every, it would go this way, and then you'd have another line here, and then you'd have another line here, and it wound around, just going up, and every inch, it's like a piece of tape. But it was, I bet it'd be pretty cool lit up at night, but I would think if they were driving with those on, it would be illegal, you know?
I think
I
it
know
probably
you can.
is if they're actively driving, but if they're like parked in a parking lot, and I know a lot of younger kids do that where they'll put all the lights and stuff on their vehicles and then they go park somewhere and they stand there and everyone looks at their vehicle all night. It's
Yeah.
the new thing to do. It usually comes with the trucks that look like this.
Yeah. Ah. Well, thank you so much, Lisa. I saw Jill come back in. Blue-eyed lady. I had to step away as soon as I sent that last response. Not sure if I missed something after that. We just been chit-chatting, really. And welcome back.
Mimi said her grandma drove until she was 97.
Wow.
That's amazing and a little scary at the same time. But if they're intact, if they're not having issues with their cognitive abilities declining, then I don't see an issue with it. It all has to depend on the person instead of like an age cutoff type thing.
Thank you so much, Great Granny C, and welcome in. And we hit the goal. Woohoo! All right. I actually have to go back and look. Well, I know Agape, Kendra, Katie, and I think Denise.
And MimiTammy said, "Goal reached! Yay!" I'm on the StreamYard side, so I didn't get to see the popping balloons this time.
I know. I just looked up for a split second and saw it as it was leaving.
Wow. 35 months, Cindy Lulu. That's amazing.
Wow. Thank you so much, Cindy Lulu. Merry Christmas to you as well. Let me see. Hold on. I've got to look and see which people did the actual super chats so I can. My mouse is not responding. To actually give the extra 2 entries on top of. I know Great Granny C just did 1, so that's 3. And then Katie. That's actually 8. Denise. 3. Kendra. And then gonna have a lot to write up tonight. Actually, I don't think I did the last live yet either, so I've got a lot to write up. All right.
That is amazing, MimiTammy. 104. That is truly is a blessing.
Oh wow. Grandmother lived to be 104. There was the guy I used to work for, Mr. Joe. He was, I think, 90. I worked for him for 5 years, and I think he passed at 96 or 95. One of the two, I don't remember exactly, but his mom lived to be over 100, and she was still driving.
Wow.
And she would drive faster than the kids would.
And KimG hit 35 months membership too. That is awesome. You have some very loyal, wonderful friends.
Oh, yes, I do. Welcome in, Mateo. Thank you so much, KimG, for being a member 35 months. She says, happy place here. Flower Tammy. Welcome in, Flower Tammy. Almost missed you.
I want to say my grandmother was in her 80s, almost 90s when she passed a couple years ago. But she was perfectly fine doing everything on her own, lived on her own still. She went to the doctor because she wasn't feeling real good, and they told her that she had leukemia, and 4 days later she was gone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really far advanced. They didn't find it. And,
Thank you so much, Dawn Lavelle. Welcome in, Zach. He says, hey, y'all, I got good news. Today, the x-ray showed no fluid around my heart. Bad news is I got sleep test results and I need a CPAP machine. I got sleep apnea. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, but at least there's no fluid around your heart. That is a very good sign.
yeah.
My grandfather had sleep apnea, so
sleep apnea can at least be treated, where the congested heart failure can be a serious issue rather quickly.
oh, RoseannAlexander has been a member for 23 months. She says, one big happy family. Thank you so much. Yeah, and one of my exes also had sleep apnea. He would stop breathing in his sleep, and I'd have to shake him. Scared me to death sometimes.
It's one of the reasons I cannot. Every time I sleep next to the king, he stops breathing in his sleep, and that's one thing he refuses to go and get looked at. So when I sleep next to him, I'm constantly popping him, and it actually comforts me to hear him snoring, because then I know for sure he's breathing.
Yeah. Also, I mean, if you kind of, sleep at an angle, that should help a little. Kind of prop up.
That's how I sleep.
Elevated. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah, I have to sleep elevated because I took a cholesterol medicine that one of the side effects of the medicine, it can make your throat collapse, and my throat will collapse in my sleep. So I'll be perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden I'm choking because my throat has closed and I can't get any air in. So I sleep half sitting up.
That is terrible, Bridget. Well, have you found a comfortable way to sleep, though?
Yeah, a couple extra pillows. And I mean, I've never been much for sleep anyway, so I only get like 4 hours. If I sleep much past that, I wake up and I'm so in so much pain, I almost regret sleeping that long. Here lately, I've been doing 2 days awake, 4 to 6 hours in bed, 2 days awake, 4 to 6 hours in bed.
Wow.
Just my body won't shut down. I'm just like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still doing crocheting or painting or here
Sound like
lately.
my
I
grandmother. You know, she
have
gets
been playing a little
maybe
bit of
4
video
hours a
games.
night, but it's not all at one time. Like maybe 30 minutes here, 20 minutes here, maybe 40 minutes, and then, wait for 2 hours and then gets another 30 minutes. And I'm like, it irritates me when I get 5 hours sleep straight through because my body is so used to like 7, 8 hours, but or not used to like sleeping 5 hours. I meant like I'll sleep 4 hours and then have problems I'll wake up like all throughout that 5 hours. And I'm not used to that, and,
Right.
and so when I have the sleep problems, it's like, what is going on? Why is this happening? Because I could sleep in one position for 7 hours straight. And all of a sudden I wake up, it's almost every hour. And I'm like, or wake up every 2 hours. I mean, it's not bad, but I mean, it's enough to get irritating.
I think a lot of mine is hormonal change, and then after they put the new battery in, it's really strange. You would not think that it would in any way, shape, or form work this way. But when my battery is full on my pacemaker, I have energy. When my battery starts getting low on my pacemaker, I start, just like I'm half dead all the time. Like I'm drained out. I just have no energy, no oomph to me anymore.
Yeah.
And then they change the battery and I'm back to
Well,
it's just weird. Yeah, I'll get him there, Zach. And one issue at a time. So far, he said I made him get 2 hip replacements. That darn going to the doctor. They find problems.
yeah. All right. I did say I'd draw an additional 5 names in. Let me see. Draw additional 5 with 2. Okay. Make sure I have that correct. I don't want to. Since I spilled coffee on my notebook, I'm just like, my hand is sticky over here. Ah.
Hello, Miss Jen, and welcome back, Miss Sally.
Welcome back, Sally. Hello, Jen. I have 2 appointments Monday, one with specialists in the morning, one with my family doctor in the morning. Well, hopefully they're not scheduled for the same time. Of course not. But I was expecting you to say in your comment in the afternoon or something. And then I see specialist in the morning and doctor in the morning, family doctor in the morning.
I can't stand it when they pile up appointments on top of each other because it never fails that the first doctor is going to be running behind, which puts you late for the second doctor. So,
He did mean afternoon. Well, that's good. At least you got a little bit of time in between going to one doctor from the other.
what do you say, honey? She's in there grumbling at me.
MimiTammy, would you like to pick the keyword for the entry giveaway tonight?
Khaleesi.
Oh yeah, we're both in the hospital at the same time. Is that your keyword, MimiTammy? Thankful?
That is a wonderful keyword.
Yes, it is.
I finally started Mel's spin with her ruby fur.
Aww.
That's actually looking really pretty.
Awesome.
And when we were out at that vet's ride, one of the vets that rides with us, he has a sidecar that looks like a panel van. And the top of it flips up, and he's got a Great Pyrenees that rides with him.
Aww.
So the dog takes up the entire sidecar, and it's got long, beautiful fur that's probably a good 6 to 8 inches long. And he let me pet her. I was like, the first thing that popped into my head is, oh, would this dog make a beautiful yarn? Because that undercoat was just, oh, it was lovely.
Yeah, spinners always think like that, Sally says. I know, there was a couple of times like where like Canella's hair was either somewhere, I don't know exactly where, it'd be like on the seat or in her bed. I think it was her bed. I was cleaning her little bed out, and there's a clump of hair, and I'm sitting here twisting it as like, you know, putting twist in fiber, and I'm like, boop, 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 you know, like trying to pull it, and it makes that elastic cord sound where it snaps back on itself, and I'm like, hey, I could spin her hair, but I'm not going to. Mama would kill me because there's cat hair all in there.
Yeah, probably make a good wig too.
Yeah.
I used to grow my hair out and donate it for that.
Aw.
But down here, it's just too hot to grow your hair out like that.
Mm.
For me, anyways.
Aw.
The
Summer
king is
says
always
she
giving
can't
me
get
stuff.
Rue. Rue has been a brat, wouldn't come out where I could get a picture of her to see if someone wants to adopt her.
Oh.
We got 20 so far, so if you have not yet, please enter the keyword thankful. We're going to be drawing 10 names tonight. Okay. All fiber enthusiasts. I don't know. Touch, feel fiber, yarn, fabric, and things misused. What? It kept going. Misused as yarn, fabric, etc. I settled for half face and blurry face pic. Well, maybe Summer, that you'll eventually get a picture of her. Oh no, Sally Stevens says I told hubby, I'd like another kitty. He said, no, we are trying to downsize, pets included. Oh,
I tell you, I'd have one more kitty before I'd have one more hubby or have a hubby that told me no. I'd have two more kitties just because it said no. I'm awful like that, though. Telling me no just makes me want to do it all that much more so I can throw it in your face and say, you said what no?
yeah. I think that's with everybody. You say no to anyone, and it makes them want to do it more. You say yes, and then they're going to be like, yeah, never mind.
Right. See, I think the king is very, very good at understanding the way that I am. So he generally doesn't push very hard about things. You know, if he really doesn't like it, of course I will. All right. You know, like he does not like a dog bigger than like halfway to your knee in the house.
Yeah.
Well, so okay, we compromise. I have a little dog, you know. I still get what I want. He still gets what he wants. So we're both happy, you know.
Yeah.
A little bit of compromise and a little give and take. It's to me, I mean, I grew up with Great Danes and bull mastiffs and stuff like that in the house. So the size of the dog doesn't mean nothing to me. But the way he grew up is, you know, if it was bigger than up to your knee, it was an outside only dog.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't believe in outside only dogs.
Yeah.
I'll have an inside outside dog. You know, the guy maybe goes outside during the day, comes inside at night or whatever. I'm okay with that. But like a dog that just stays in the yard.
Hi, PM Hunter. Welcome in. I can understand that, Sally. All right, we're up to 26.
Well, those are really good odds.
Well, it says we have 38 here. One is my computer. One is probably the device you're watching from. So that's majority of them I think I've entered. Kim says, at least one of my cats is bigger than your dog, 22-pounder.
Yeah. Your cat's bigger than both my dogs put together. My one dog is 11 pounds and the other one is 10 pounds. And it actually surprised the heck out of me which one was the more heavy one because she's the smaller of the two dogs.
Oh, wow.
I think she's just more condensed, where the other one's a little longer.
Yeah. Hi, Jen Reeves. Welcome in. Sally says, I miss lap kitties and puppies. My border collie is by my side always, which is good. Aww. Well, then half of my cats are bigger than your dogs.
I think the outside cats are probably bigger than the dogs because I started giving them a new food and they went from being like skinny, scrawny outside cats to being like big tomcat outside cats.
Oh, wow.
So their new food is really doing them some good, but like we're going through a whole bag every month. But I even get them the grain-free food because my dogs were having issues with all the additives that they were putting in the foods all of a sudden. So I switched them to grain-free, and I switched the inside cat to grain-free. So that's what I'm buying. So the outside kitties gets pampered too.
Thank you so much, Wanda, and Merry Christmas to you as well, sweetie. I don't think Diane Major is here, Jen. But if you do get drawn, I will allow the gifting of the entries. All right, we're at 27, so it's gone up a few. But I think that might be, there's Diane Major. Hello, hello, welcome in. I guess you snuck in there.
Sneaky, sneaky in the bushes.
What? Who, what, where? Jen Reeves is entering on your behalf, Diane.
I went to another live earlier this week, and they were having their holiday party.
Aww.
And she knows I never enter. It's the thing, I don't enter in anybody's stuff. It's never anything personal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But just to see the look on her face, I typed in the word and I go, just for the holidays. She's like, oh my goodness, you entered something.
Well, I mean, what you could do, Bridget, is you could enter like Jen Reeves did on behalf of somebody else. Or,
Yeah.
you know, say,
I know.
Redraw.
I really
specific
enjoy watching people win. It's so much fun. Right?
Oh, yeah.
You know.
I'm good, Diane. How are you doing? Diane says thankful for Miss Reeves. All right, we are still at 27, so I think that is everybody. So let's go ahead and start drawing. So here we go. Good luck. We're going to be drawing 10 names.
Miss Navy Mama Wanda.
Wanda. Congratulations. All right. Next.
Flowers Creation, Miss
Tammy.
Tammy.
Almost forgot the sound effect.
I want another goat so bad. I miss going outside and hearing them talk to me.
Yes. Noelle. Congrats, Noelle. Next.
Marie Simpson.
Congrats, Marie. Next.
Not so nutty.
Don Laval. Congrats. Okay, my chicken just stopped.
Oh no. Time for new
That
battery.
one's working. Just not the squawk. Next.
You might have to invest in stock in those noisemaker companies.
Yeah. Joe, Agape, Love Crochet. Oh, there we go. Dude, that one quit too? Well, that one's still going. So the baby peeps and the crow work, but the other two just stop in the middle. Ugh. All right. 4 more to go. Good luck.
Kim's Crafty Shack.
Do some Bigfoot. Next. Oh, you're very welcome, everybody.
Woo.
That is Cecilia Geifer.
What the heck was that one?
It was the snort, Bigfoot snort. All right, 2 more.
I have to run away for just a second. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. KimG. Congrats, Kim. All right, and the last one for tonight. Lisa Gillette. Congrats, everybody. Trying to scratch my head when I have these antlers on. I always forget about it. All right, we have Wanda, Flower Tammy, Noelle, Marie, Dawn Laval, Joe, Kim A, Cecilia G, Kim G, and Lisa Gillette. All of y'all get entries for tonight, 2 each. And then everybody, of course, that did the supers or gifted members will get y'all's entries as well. I got a lot to write up tonight. I might do it tomorrow. I didn't edit memberships Wednesday at all, so stuff in the description might not be right. And I didn't do a Yarny Talk Thursday, so I did not need my little members video that I put at the end of Yarny Talk Thursday, so that didn't get edited either. So I will work on that this weekend and get caught up. And I do have a entry giveaway going on right now. I'm going to be drawing 8 winners with 3 names each from the last winner video I did. So it's from the video 10 winners drawn. So if you haven't entered on that one yet, make sure you do so. It'll be the last video entry giveaway for this month. Of course, I have a couple of more lives for the month you can get entries on. So I believe that is probably it. No Yarny Talk Thursday this week, of course. Not sure about next week. I might try to do a video at some point kind of showing the big bulky yarn that I made something out of. I did make 2 things out of that. And if I finish, no, I can't show that. My mom watches the videos. She just don't watch my lives. So that's why I can talk about the poncho on the live, because I'm making it for her, because she don't come to the lives, but she'll watch the video. So I can't really show that until after Christmas is over. But I think I have 2 rows left to do on it, then I'm done. And then an edging on around the neck and around the bottom. So I'm almost done with that as a Christmas gift.
Make the video and hold on to it for a few weeks and post it when it's safe.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. And that was an option too. It just didn't cross my mind. Alrighty, everyone. Well, thank y'all so much for being here with me and Bridget, and we will see you soon. I do have a live on Tuesday with Alicia. Not 100% sure if she'll be with me or not because of the Christmas season. And then I will have a live on Christmas Eve at 2 Central Time. I'm going to do it earlier in the day because I'm not sure if Mama G is going live at 5, and normally I would do a 5 o'clock live about this time on special days, but I'm going to be doing it earlier because my family also has plans this evening. So, but I have 3 giveaways planned for Christmas Eve live. So, just little small ones, little small ones. But anyway, thank y'all for being here. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. Take care, stay safe, and we will see you later. Bye, everybody.